everybody. Hello. Hello, students of Bougainville High School. Hello. How are you? We are very happy to be here this morning, today, the 22nd of October 2020, to celebrate the United Nations 75th anniversary. Is that an exciting event? Yes. Do I hear yay? No? I think I'm very excited more than you are. Shall we have a yay? 1, 2. Yay! Perfect. Now that's a great start to our discussion today. Okay, here with us today, I would like to acknowledge all our friends and partners. Firstly, starting with acknowledging the board and management of the Bougainville High Secondary School. I thank you and your teachers, and I especially thank the grade 11s and 12s of this wonderful school in Bougainville for hosting and celebrating with us, the Autonomous Bougainville Government and the United Nations and the people of Bougainville, United Nations 75 years birthday. Yay! Now we can do better than that, huh? Let's give one big Bougainville clap and then let's say hip hip hooray. Okay, so 1, 2. Hip hip hooray! Hip hip hooray! Perfect, thank you. Now also with us today, I would like to acknowledge our media friends, the NBC, National Broadcasting Corporation, the Radio Plus Line, and New Dawn. And also, I would like to acknowledge our panel in this forum today. Starting off on my right hand, I would like to introduce to you our Honorable Speaker of the Bougainville House of Representatives. Our distinguished guest has been in Parliament for the 2 terms. He was in the last 5 years of the Bougainville House of Representatives as the Speaker. Today, this year, he's been also re-elected into the seat as our Honorable Speaker, looking after the legislative arm of the Bougainville House of Representatives. Honorable Simon Petano, let's give him a big warm Bougainville clap. 1, 2. Also, I would like to introduce to you, as our panel for discussions today, is our acting president of the Bougainville Women's Federation. The Bougainville Women's Federation is the federation that represents all women of Bougainville throughout North, Central, South, in all our 33 constituencies, in all our 444 wards. Our women are being led by a wonderful, great team of executives in the Bougainville Women's Federation, headed by our acting president, Priscilla Bisiro. Let's give her a big warm welcome. 1, 2. And it is my pleasure to introduce to you our newly elected Bougainville House of Representatives, Member of Parliament, a woman representative representing the women of North Bougainville, Amanda Masono. She, before becoming a member of the House, she was my boss. She was the director for Bougainville Referendum Office, Directorate, in our department that led the conduct of the Bougainville referendum. Before that also, she was the Media and Public Relations Manager, working with the Bougainville Referendum Commission. And before that, way before when she was very young, she was a student of Bougainville High School. Let's give her a big round of applause. 1, 2. And it is my pleasure also to introduce to you, as part of our panel and the host of today, our good friend, our Bougainville One Talk, and that is the UN Political Liaison Officer. He's the head of the UN office in Bougainville, and he has very wide experience of having traveled all around the world, working in post-conflict countries. and today working inside Bougainville, helping Bougainville to grow, to develop, and to extend friendship to the world. Our good friend, Rui. Let's give him a big Bougainville warm welcome. 1, 2. Now, I would like to also acknowledge our viewers online, live streaming right now on the United Nations in Papua New Guinea Facebook page. Now, my dear friends in this forum, if you are able to text your friends, inform them that if they want to see you, they can see you on that Facebook page right now. That's the United Nations in Papua New Guinea Facebook page. Our online viewers, good day to you. Welcome to the Bougainville celebrations of the 75th anniversary in Bougainville, in Buka at Hunchena Secondary High School. We welcome you also to ask questions. You can simply type in your questions. We will respond to you as we continue these discussions together. And please, we ask you, ask as many questions. Now, I would like to also acknowledge, before we started this forum, we agreed that this group, the panel and the students, we all agreed to a challenge for today. That because we're celebrating 45 years of existence in Papua New Guinea, and because UN is celebrating 75 years, globally, we are going to, as much as possible, ask 45 to 75 questions. Is that true? Yes. Is it true? Yes. Yes. Are we up for the challenge? 45 to 75 questions today? Yes. Okay. If we don't meet that challenge, then that's all right. But that is a challenge. So on record, our questions will soon be asked in a few minutes' time. Now the theme for this event, this anniversary, is placing women and girls at the center. And I know that it's a big theme, it's a huge theme, and you will be wondering, what exactly is this theme? And what is the relevance or importance, significance of this theme, right? Do you understand the theme, women, placing women and girls at the center? Yes. Yes. What about this side? My right-hand side. What about you, the audience? Do you understand placing women and girls at the center? The theme. Do you understand that? It's okay to be honest. It's all right. Thank you very much for your no, because this is the opportunity I would like now to invite the panel to briefly describe and discuss more, elaborate more on the theme, placing women and girls at the center. And I would like to ask our panelists, Honorable Simon Pentano, to give a brief elaboration on the theme, and I will also ask the other panels as well.
Thank you, Stephanie. There's 5 of us. Am I counting right? There's 5 of us, so we will be very short because you will be doing most of the talking by asking questions, so I'll be very short. I'd like to start by making you proud as students of Hunchena High School. In 1965, when I first came here, there was a public holiday. It was a UN day. And we had to walk down to the airport to celebrate that UN day. How did we celebrate? There was an athletics carnival. Boys, girls, teachers, we all went there. I'm making this remark because it's 75 years is a long time, and some of us, we actually celebrated while in this high school at the time by joining in the celebrations. There was no UN rep at the time, but we had teachers, patrol officers, PIAPs, who were organizing those. So I am very happy to come back on the 75th birthday as a former student of this high school to be participating in this panel. The second thing I want to say is that the homes, the families you come from, whether it's in Siwai, whether it's in Selau, Wakunai, Haku, or Halia. Just think about it. In your family, there is always a girl in the family. That girl grows up. In fact, not just a girl. I think 90 to 95% of families always have girls in their family who grow up to be women. And right from the village, these girls are a center of attention. In many ways, the mother cares for the girls. When they grow up, they are center of attention because they do a lot more work than the boys, fetching water, cooking. That's in the families, in our traditional culture. What we are saying is, let's transform that culture in the modern day so that these girls who grow up to be women are brought to the center of development, center of opportunities, the center which we in the House of Representatives, in which the ABG is trying to promote. We have 4 women in Parliament, one of which is a former student who will be talking after me, who is a lawyer, having graduated from here, gone and studied in Port Moresby in Australia and become a lawyer. She contested, and she is one of our women not representing the reserved seats. Sorry, she's representing the reserved seats among 3 women, but our other women MP, she had to compete against 6 or 7 other candidates, and she got in. So I'm very happy as a speaker to say that our House, the House of Representatives, here in Buka, Bougainville, is graced by 4 very competent women members. So let's not grow them only in the village by giving them attention. Let's give them opportunities such as you here in this hall. And today the theme is about giving opportunities on the 75th birthday, putting you in the center of what is happening globally. The last thing I want to mention is this. I think coming to a high school like this, often you start to think, what will I be when I grow up? I think the theme today should encourage you when we are talking about giving you opportunities, giving you advice on how to deal with some of the violence that happens with women. Also, giving opportunities to the decision makers, equal among men. And what does it take to do that? You know, a lot of studying, a lot of bravery, a lot of listening to the parents, but from time to time, we get a lot of schools attending our sessions of the House, listening to what the leaders are saying. So, as Speaker, my participation here, I'm very proud as a former student from here, but also as the head of the legislature, our House, presiding over 40 members, 4 of whom are women MPs. It's very early days. We only started 3 weeks ago, but you mark my word, as we progress, you will hear a lot about these women, and 2 of them hold ministerial portfolios. Very important ministries. Minister for Education. Your Minister for Education is a woman. You should be proud. The other minister is a Minister for Primary Industry and Marine Resources. In charge of resources that we must develop in order to progress. Our panelist, Honorable Masono, she is a chairman of one of the most important committees, Public Accounts Committee, which looks at public accounts. How is the government spending money? How can we improve our accountability system? How can we detect some of the corruption that's going on? So please, feel free to talk to her after this, and she will tell you what her role is. I think on that note, I better stop, because I think the other panelists have to also speak. Thank you very much.
Thank you, and I'd like to ask the President for Bougainville Women's Federation on what it means to her on the theme, with placing women at the center and girls at the center. Thank you. That is a very good question. Women in a house makes a difference. When women lead, all communities benefit. And that is a fact. A father and a mother in a house fulfills the law of partnership. So it is only important that women and girls, we participate in all levels of decision making. And as our Honorable Speaker has said, in your families, in your clans, communities, societies, or any women organizations you belong to, or any managerial positions, it's all levels. It is only important that women and girls have to have a place centered somewhere. It's not because that we, women, have to be subjected behind kitchens, no. Changing of times has allowed us to be part and parcel of the development process. And Bougainville Women's Federation is one of those that has come about in the Article 38 in the Constitution of Bougainville, that it allowed women to participate. And as our Honorable Speaker has said, we have women in the reserve seats and also at the constituencies. And it happened in the first house, the second house, the third house, and now the fourth house. So it is only important that women and girls be given the recognition to participate fully because of the rapid changes of time. It's not because we want to be overpowered to our men folks, no. There's two different understandings of equal participation. We participate in the development progress. Just reflect back to your own house. You have your father and a mother. The mother does this, the father does this. The father is the head. The mother is the helpmate. She helps around in the house to make sure that the house is in order. She makes sure that the girl's needs or the family needs are met by the father, who is the provider. So it is only important that women and girls be given the chance. And for Bougainville Women's Federation, we have many policy positions. And with the Act in place, it gives us the right or the endorsement to do more recommendations. And it so happened that it came in time in the fourth house. So we will be working closely with our women representatives and also the men in the House of Representatives. So we will be working closely with them to make sure that women and girls participate at all levels. So it is only important that we need to find a place and center ourselves to be part of the development progress. Thank you. So this is some of the response to the question, do you understand what it means on the theme, placing women and girls at the center? Can I ask at this point, is the understanding on the theme becoming clearer?
Yes.
Oh, nice, beautiful. So does this mean you have some questions now? Let me ask you now, if you have any questions on the theme and especially the challenge you and I as Bougainville women and girls on placing ourselves at the center. We know that in politics we have every opportunity, and the evidence of that is we have our women